From April through September, Microsoft will be releasing a whole set of new Power Platform features, including to products like Power Apps and Power Automate, as well as many new features to 365 applications such as marketing, sales, and customer service. Combined, Microsoft calls this the 2021 Release Wave 1. For the European region, the deployment is planned for the weekend of 17-18 April and should not impact your environments. In this video, I will zoom in on some of these new features, as well as look back at the current wave, which ends this month, and look ahead to a few changes coming in the next wave. I want to emphasize that I will focus on changes that will be available within all Dynamics 365 model apps. So I will not go into new features specific for Dynamics for Marketing, customer service, or any other specific app from Microsoft. Where it's possible, I'll be showing you an impression of how certain new features look like after the update, either enabled by Microsoft by default or turned on by an administrator in your organization. I will use two CRM environments, one in which the new features have been turned on, which you can recognize by its green navigation bar color, and another one where they have not yet been turned on, recognizable by its default dark blue color. Here you can see a global overview of what I will discuss in the video and in which sequence. You can always come back to this part of the video to find certain timestamps in which I discuss specific features. Let's start with the upcoming release wave. Microsoft will automatically enable their new duplicate detection and merge capabilities, which they already made available in the October release wave. At that time, the feature was not automatically enabled, and unless someone in your organization turned it on, you are most likely not aware of it and will notice it after the update. With this new experience, you can quickly find and manage records with easier access to merge the duplicates and keep the record you want. Let's update an existing account. One of my duplicate detection rules in these test environments is that account names should not be the same. I will first show the current functionality in the environment without the update. Let's add a website to this record and see what happens when we save it. A duplicate detection window pops up to inform you of a potential duplicate record. From here, you can open the potential duplicate in a new window to see if it's indeed a duplicate record. If you agree that it is a duplicate, you would like to easily merge these two records. Now that's something you cannot easily do from this window. You should first go back to the duplicate detection window and cancel updating the record, or ignore the warning and save the record. Since you are going to merge the two records anyway, it does not matter if you cancel or save the changes. You then navigate back to the list view and select both duplicates. We are lucky that they are grouped together here, so it's easy to find and select them. But we all know it is normally a lot more difficult and time-consuming to find both records. After selecting exactly two records, the merge button appears and you can continue to merge these. Let's open this window to be able to compare it to the new experience. After the update, the duplicate detection window offers the merge functionality and more directly from this window, which is a huge time saver. Let's also update the website of this account in the updated environment. As you can see, it is now possible to directly merge your record with any potential duplicate record by selecting both records and clicking the merge button. It is even possible to merge cross-table, so you would be able to merge a lead with an account, for example. Before I merge the records, I want to highlight another cool addition in the screen. It is now possible to see your current record in this window, which makes it much easier to compare to possible duplicates. The reason that it's so easy is that the columns in the grids are shown dynamically based on the duplicate detection rule, so that you see relevant information to identify why a record was considered as a duplicate. In our example, based on the rule I mentioned, if two accounts are found to be duplicate because of the same account name, the account name column is shown in the grid. This should give you more information about why a record is being flagged. Let's go ahead and proceed to the merge screen. As you can see, the look and feel is updated, and there's an additional functionality added. Logically, Microsoft moved the relevant options to the top of this window, as the options decide what you're going to do with these records. Currently, these options can be found at the bottom of the merge window, which is not useful at all. In addition to these existing options, a new option to view only fields with conflicting data has been added. If two fields contain the same value, say they both contain the word yes, then the field is omitted from this view. This is automation working for you. If you decide to merge the records, the functionality behind it is the same. The master record will inherit the subordinate's records based on your settings, and the subordinate record will be disabled. That concludes the new and improved duplicate detection and merge functionality. As mentioned before, this feature will be turned on by default after the update. The next enhancement is to the Relevance Search box in the navigation bar. Before I show the changes coming in this update, I want to address the difference between Relevance Search and Categorized Search, as I believe that many companies are still using Categorized Search, and if they keep using Categorized Search, I believe they are falling behind on updates to the global search experience. If you want to skip this comparison, you can go back to the introduction slide to see until what timestamp you can forward the video. If your organization decides to switch to Relevant Search, the changes will be quite large, as the October update already brought us many new features. There's a lot of information to read about the underlying technology of Relevant Search, and I will add some links to the description of this video if you're interested to read more about it. Before I show you how this looks within our environment, I first want to give you a little background information. Relevant Search uses a dedicated search service external to Microsoft Dynamics 365, powered by Microsoft Azure Search, whereas Categorized Search directly searches within your database. The main benefit of this is that it uses Microsoft's natural language analyzer, which uses lemmatization to break words down into their root linguistic forms. For example, ran will match to run and running, since run is considered the base form of the word. The underlying technology of categorized search does not have any linguistic context, so it cannot make the same advanced search queries. Once you enable relevant search, you will once again have a prominent search bar in the navigation header. As soon as you start searching for something, you are presented with suggested results. This way, you can search a lot faster than you are used to in categorized search, where you have to click a few more times to get to the results you want. Another cool feature is zero query search, which basically means you can click in the search box and you directly have access to your recent searches as well as to your recently opened records, which you can then open with just one click. I will show you two more prominent features of Relevant Search before I get to the new feature in this update. In Relevant Search, it is possible to directly search for different records in one search. For example, searching Redmond will find two accounts. Adding Los Angeles to the query will show one extra account located in Los Angeles. And to make it more Dutch, let's add Barneveld. As you can see, it now shows several accounts located in 3 different cities. If I do the same in categorized search, I am limited to one place at a time. I can only search for Redmond or another city. Finally, once you have some results on your screen, you get some additional filtering options, which are lacking in categorized search. You can filter on the owner of the record and play around with the date range on the created on and modified on fields. Now, after a long introduction about this search method, I can show you the subtle change done in the coming update. In the upcoming update, Microsoft adds so-called quick buttons to the relevant search results. These work for some of the out-of-the-box tables as well as all custom tables. With these buttons, you can perform quick actions directly from the search window, such as assigning a record or forwarding a link to the record per email. You can also find these quick actions in the results page behind the first column, so you can perform actions without navigating away. Each table has contextual buttons available that make sense for that specific record type. As you can see here, the quick actions available in the opportunity table, such as assigning the record or sharing the record, are not directly available on the case record, where you can resolve the case, cancel the case, and do some other quick actions. Beside the new quick action buttons, Microsoft also updated the relevant search earlier this year, with some very interesting enhancements in the search logic. I will address those futures in a few minutes as part of looking at the current wave, which ends in March this year. The next change is a small one in the quick view forms. In the past, if you added a multi-line text field to a quick view form, then it would be very difficult to read the information in that field. As you can see here, it is nearly impossible to see what is written in this field, and there's no way of presenting this in a different way. After the update, the multi-line text fields will automatically expand to show the full content when the quick view form is loaded. That's much better. That sums up the updates directly available in April to all model-driven apps. There's one more promising update coming in June, which I cannot show you yet. That is the addition of in-app notifications. As you can see here, it should make it possible to show specific users notifications from within the system or even triggered from an external source. This all in a style we know from Windows notifications. You will also get an additional button in the top navigation header, which shows you how many unread notifications there are. If you look back at the current wave, which ends this month, I want to highlight two features that were released earlier this year and are already available in your environment. The first one has to do with the quick view forms I just discussed. It is now possible to add an out-of-the-box quick edit component to your form, which makes it possible to directly edit the record. As you can see here, the quick view form shows some information of the primary contact, but to edit any of the text, I have to navigate to the contact, make the changes there, and then navigate back to the account. Under this quick view form, I inserted a quick edit form. As you can see, all of the fields are editable from within the account form. Let me delete the description and let's see what that does. When you save the account, it saves both the account and the contact, in no particular sequence though. As you can see, the description is empty, also on the quick view form. This embedded form supports duplicate detection and error handling. I showed you how to update the primary contact from within the account form, but you can use this on any lookup record. Another example could be that you update an account directly from within a contact record. The second update, released earlier this year, is a group of new features for Relevance Search. Yes, Relevance Search again. This is a perfect example of Microsoft further improving Relevance Search and leaving categorized search for what it is. I'll briefly show you what this offers with a few examples. It is good to know that at the moment these capabilities are available if you have English as your base language, and Microsoft plans to support additional languages in the future. The first new feature is a spelling check, which does not correct your search words, but it does find the related results for you. If you want to find Blue Yonder Airlines and make a small mistake, it still returns results with the word blue. Here you can see that if you make a typo and search for BLUW, it still finds Blue Yonder Airlines. A second addition is the recognition of common abbreviations and acronyms. If you search MS, it should find all accounts for Microsoft. Searching for LA finds results that contain Los Angeles in one of the search fields. If I search for LA in the categorized search, you will not find any results. Searching for Los Angeles does. The supported abbreviations and acronyms will grow over time. Finally, Relevance Search will try to better understand the query by applying common knowledge, recognizing frequently used synonyms, and natural language understanding that will expand over time. An example of this is that if you search for fast 8, with 8 being a number, it also returns a match for fast 8 where 8 is spelled out. It also works the other way around. As mentioned before, these capabilities are already available and require no additional configuration, so go check them out. Finally, I want to give you a sneak peek of two interesting deprecations in the next wave, starting in October 2021. A small change will be happening to forms that did not have an updated header yet. These will be updated to the new high density with flyout mode. With a high density header, the header flyout displays all header columns, including the 4 columns that are directly displayed in the header. So all fields up here are also shown in the flyout on the right side. With a low density header, the header flyout displays only overflow columns, such as columns that the form is unable to display directly in the header based on the width of the form. You can see the difference here. It only shows the 3 fields that did not fit in the header. Topic and rating are not added again to the flyout as would happen in a high-density header. When making the changes to the header, Microsoft apparently also decided to target the footer, meaning that they are going to remove it. Microsoft listed many reasons why they want to remove it, and I'm wondering how it's going to look like without it. The reason why Microsoft is making these 2 changes is explained in one of their articles. You can find the link to this article in the description. I hope this gave you a good impression of the changes to model-driven apps, and hope you will enjoy them as soon as they are released. If you have any questions about anything mentioned in this video, you can reach out to us via one of the following contact options. Everything we do is focused on making our customers loved by their customers. We believe that the only way to do that is to be personal and relevant. By using the right technology and creating the right mindset, we help organizations throughout Europe to become customer engagement companies. Together with our customers, we work on the deployment, implementation, and adoption of Microsoft technology. CRM Partners has offices in Barneveld, the Netherlands, and Frankfurt and Munich in Germany, and is part of FellowMind. FellowMind employs 1,650 employees across more than 35 offices in 6 European countries. From this group, 355 fellows are now working across 3 Dutch cities. It is our ambition to guide our customers on their journey into digital transformation based on 5 key service areas, being customer engagement, optimized operations, cloud infrastructure, modern work, and data and analytics.